Hello, once again, fifth grade families and students that are watching. This is Mr. McComb coming at you with an update for the next week ahead of us for November 9th through the 13th. So we're already a week plus into November here. So first of all, just a few basic updates. So we got a new trimester starting this week. Looking forward to another great trimester. It was pretty amazing. It's already one down, especially with everything going on. So we've done a pretty good job sticking with it and doing what we got to do here. So part of that is with the tablets. We're getting to run pretty smoothly with that. I'm pretty happy with how that's worked out in a couple areas. One with remote learners, we've had quite a few here and there that have had to spend some time at home, um, but have been doing really well with connecting. So thanks to parents that are helping support that at home. It seems like we've got it pretty well understood about how we can continue learning even if we're not there in class. And also Microsoft Forms has been a nice thing for the students to get used to as far as being able to turn in work. It makes it easy on me. I get instant feedback rather than having to wait around to check or collect papers and things. So there's a few things going on with those tablets that are going really well. So that is kind of our big basic update. Also, St. Vincent de Paul is starting their Thanksgiving food drive as part of our work we do at GA. Every year, there's different grade levels to collect different Thanksgiving items. And for fifth grade, we're asked to bring in cranberry sauce. So if you can bring in 3 or 4 cans, that would be very helpful to us. So I think that'll be in the Wednesday Herald too. I'm sure you'll hear all kinds of reminders, but I wanted to say that myself. That's always a great thing we do every year. So as far as this week and what's going on in science, this week we're going to continue our engineering learning. Hope to get to the science lab, and we have a fun little lab where we can create a prototype and test it and see how well it works and make improvements. It's always a good one to practice, criteria and meeting criteria and designs and testing and redesigning. It's a nice little fast lab, but a good way to practice collecting results from testing and coming up with a better engineered product. It's a very simple one, but it's one that kids like every year. So looking forward to that. Also, a big one is I'm going to start talking about science fair this week. I'm actually still in the process of really hammering out and nailing down specific plans. This year is very different, obviously. The big thing with COVID concerns. And also now that we have the tablets as a resource to use, which will hopefully change the science fair in a good way. I'm still not totally clear on what science fair is going to look like at the end when we usually have our big Catholic Schools Week open house. I'm assuming that that's not going to happen, but we can still go through that process of creating a design and investigation or an engineering project and going through the entire process of our own personal choosing. So ask for your little patience and just bear with me a little bit. Again, I'm having to make lots of changes to everything I do as a teacher this year. Up to now, I've done science. I've been at GA. This will be my 8th science fair, and so this one is going to be very different from ones we've done before. So up to now, I've had it pretty well figured out and running smoothly about what I like to do and how I like to have the kids handle things. But I'm going to need to change a lot of that. So ask you to bear with me and be patient. There's going to be some disappointment as far as who we can work with or can we work with a partner. But I'm going to be talking to the kids about that pretty soon. So that's another thing to get into this week, and I'll kind of lay out a little more clearly what things are going to look like week to week and what certain due dates there will be. And again, it is all kind of still being finalized by me as I've spoken with the junior high teachers, especially as well. So, but that'll be something to get into, something I'm looking forward to. Science fair will still be fun. I still love doing that every year and hearing the kids' good ideas and helping them through that process. So we'll definitely do that. In math, big thing for math coming up this week. I'm going to have a test on Thursday over division and all the work we've done with that. So last week we kind of stepped up to the final hurdle of that division chapter, which is this process called interpreting the remainder, where we have to find a quotient and remainder by doing the long division process, but then have to go a step further and make sense of what that math numbers answer tells us in terms of answering the question that's asked in the certain word problem. So this week we'll do some review. We'll get ready for it. I'm sure the kids will do great. The last time I did a test over our first chapter, I kind of felt like we could have taken it a day or two early because they were pretty well prepared and pretty well ready. But we'll be spending some time this week to make sure we go back over all the stuff we've covered, and I'm sure we'll have a successful time. on Thursday. Okay. English, finally, last week we finished verbs, the tablets, the Microsoft Forms, which I had mentioned, the tablets, being able to access those through email and turn in work online has really streamlined our lessons. The textbook is not not conducive at all to online learning. It's an old textbook with no online format. It's not a consumable textbook where we can just write and fill out answers in the book like we can for math and science. So basically, up to now, almost half the time in our English lessons has been spent on, taking out the notebooks, setting up number 1 through 20, and then I have to check, and we fill in blanks as we go, and um, it's a little tedious. That's the old-fashioned way of doing it, so it's normal. But now we've realized now that the kids have gotten used to using the tablets and the Microsoft Forms to submit the work, it really does streamline our lessons. We don't have to spend so much time again setting up a page in the notebook and making sure everybody's got theirs numbered out the right way, so we can go over it later. Now I get that instant results, and so that's been really helpful. So the kids have gotten used to it. If I say I'm going to email you this link, you guys just go ahead and get into it. You can see the exact textbook that I digitized and put into an online format. And again, I get that instant feedback rather than having to go around and check everybody's work or collect any papers. We can go over the things that we need to. If there's a commonly missed item, we definitely go over it together, and it really helps us move along quicker through the curriculum. Also, with that, this coming week we'll start adjectives. So we've done nouns and verbs up to now, and adjectives are great. Adjectives are fun. We can think of all kinds of ones that add description to and detail to our writing, especially. So hopefully before Thanksgiving, we'll see. Hopefully before, maybe in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we'll definitely be spending a lot of time on the writing process, kind of getting back to that. The kids love to do their own independent writing. And once we really work hard on adjectives, we'll be able to add a lot of details to all that. So we're looking forward to that as well. So that's about it for this week ahead. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's been beautiful here, and we hopefully have a few sunny and warmer days ahead of us as we kind of proceed through this week. So thanks so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.